Hi, I am Tikisha Michelle with Education Inside Out, and I just want to let all of you parents know that it is time to go back to school, so make sure you are getting everything ready and prepared for your students. Now, one thing I want to let you know is that when school starts, it is very important for parents to be active. And today I have with me Susan Nowicki from Northern Illinois. She's from a suburb of Chicago called Mundelein. She's from Mundelein, and she's with us today, and she's going to tell us a little bit about some programs that she was very, very active in as a parent volunteer. She's a very active parent volunteer at the school where her children attend, and she's just going to tell us a little bit of information about these programs, and maybe some of you out there might be interested in implementing them in your schools, in your own after-school programs. So we're going to listen to Susan tell us about these programs. Susan?
Okay. The school that my daughters have gone to is a year-round school in the past. So when they would have the year-round school schedule, in the spring and in the fall, they would have 3-week breaks. And during those breaks, we wanted to offer alternatives for parents that work, because they still need their children to be in the right spot, doing some learning perhaps, and not just in daycare. So the option that we put together was a program that included some different classes that were provided for a small fee. Now, we did have to provide the fee because we were a self-funding program, because the school did not have extra funds to give us to support this program, so that's why we charged money for it. We also, as a service, also provided some what we called basic skills classes. So students that may perhaps be needing to get a little bit ahead in math, or were having some issues in math or reading, we offered reading and math courses for them so they could get caught up and be where they need to be when school started up again. It was just a great opportunity for them to have a little bit of extra learning. Some of the classes that we ran, they were mostly enrichment courses. So we always had some great science classes. There's a great program called Mad Science in our area that we used a lot. And we had external contractors come in to teach classes, as well as teachers in the classroom.
Oh, so teachers actually also helped you with this?
Yes, and it would be great for the teachers because they'd have this long break, but yet they'd still be able to earn some money because we did pay them an hourly stipend. So it was a great opportunity for them as well. And they got to do some fun stuff. So they got to be really creative in the classroom and do some things they wouldn't normally necessarily do for, if they were teaching English all the time, they get to teach art for a week. And sometimes that might be fun for them.
Oh, so they had an opportunity to teach a different activity as opposed to just a core curriculum.
Right. Like our art teacher always put together a fantastic food class. So they would do cooking in the classroom, and cooking you don't think of as being science, but we taught it as math and science. So they were learning how a quarter cup versus a cup. So talking about some fractions, talking about ingredients, just talking about mixing things together in chemistry. And kids don't realize they're learning. And they're learning. So that was our whole goal for a lot of our enrichment classes, was for the kids to have fun, but be learning some new skills. Wow. So we had things kind of grouped off where, and we had a normal school day timing so that it wouldn't disrupt parents' work schedule. That was very important for the parents. And we'd always have a variety of classes going on at one time, and they would all be level-based. Some classes would be K through 5, but a lot of times, if you're teaching art to a kindergartner, that's going to be boring for a 5th grader. So we'd have those in different groups. So we had some external contractors come in to teach different art classes. So we would do some cartooning, some drawing, some painting, all sorts of different things. And then we also would do a lot of computer classes. We got either the teachers in the district would teach computer classes, or we had an external curriculum come in and do that. Some companies do different things.
Wow. So let me ask you this question. So you paid the contractors. You had to pay the contractors from the fee that you collected. Was everybody always able to pay the fee?
Yes, we always made whatever the contractor
charged. The children. Were they all always able to pay the fee?
Not all of them. So we had a scholarship program. Okay. So what we did is we talked to a lot of the contractors that were open to this, and they would teach perhaps 3 kids for free in their classroom.
Wow.
So if kids were interested in doing this, and they were on reduced or free lunch program, then they could come in and take that class, and I would be able to offer that to them free of charge. And our basic skills classes, which was meant to really help those kids that need to get ahead but may not be able to afford those classes, those were always offered at an extreme reduced rate or free for the free and reduced lunch kids. And then our expectation was always that the profit we would make from running the program would go to pay for those underprivileged kids, so they could still get the same type of learning that the rest of the kids were getting. Same opportunities.
Very good, very good. So you don't teach at the school?
I don't teach. I'm a parent volunteer.
A parent volunteer?
I am.
Really? Wow. Parents volunteer at schools?
Yes. So my background's in program management. So I really enjoy managing programs. And whether it's a school program or an engineering program, which is what I used to do, they're all the same to me. So I can organize it, put the people in place to make it happen, put the budgets together to make it happen.
Put people in place. That means you had a group of people who worked with you?
Yes.
Did they work at the school? Were they volunteers also?
I had teachers teach our classes, and they got paid for that. But I had volunteers help me run the program.
Wow.
So we would need hall monitors.
Okay.
We would need people helping the kids on off the buses.
Okay.
I also had a little planning committee that would help me. We had a brochure we put out so that we would have parents register and everything. We'd have a nice brochure so people would want to attend the classes. So I had a creative team to do that, 1 or 2 people. And I did most of the organizational stuff. So I would call send out emails to instructors. So we made it very streamlined. I had almost all my instructors on email, so I could send out one blast email, make it very efficient because I didn't have all the time in the world.
Wow, look at there. Excuse me. Parents, Susan Nowicki, parent volunteer, and she encouraged other parents to come and help to offer more opportunities for the children at the school where her children attend. It's okay to go into the schools. It's okay to help at the schools. Your children's school would love it. And they welcome you to come in and to help out however you can help. Schools want parents to come in and volunteer. Now, Susan, you did an awful lot of work, didn't you?
I did do a lot of work.
She did a lot of work, but all of that work is not always necessary. It is okay if you just come in, if you need to copy papers, if you need to
stuff envelopes.
Stuff envelopes.
I had a whole stuffing envelope crew.
Wow. So parents, it's okay. You can, and working together it's not always just you. There's always someone else who wants to come in and help as well. So if a couple of more parents just work together, there's so many more things that can be done at the school. And then your teachers and the rest of the administration can be about the business of teaching your children. I want to thank Miss Susan Nowicki for sharing with us today all that she's done. And by the way, let me throw this in right quick before we close. You said there was an after-school program that you also
there was we changed out our after-school program at my daughter's schools. So the principal came to me based on my experience with running the other programs and suggested I put together a proposal to do an after-school program that was based on enrichment and helping kids get caught up in subjects they may need more help with. So we put together a really fantastic proposal. Unfortunately, the district decided to go with a different entity because the district didn't want to handle that themselves, but it was really a fun proposal. We had a great time doing it.
All right. So parents, hey, put together some thoughts, present it to your principal. Your principals will be able to identify whether it's something that'll work for your school. Don't worry about someone not liking your idea. Ideas that come in and out from different people can always be used. Again, this is Tikisha Michelle with Education Inside Out. Thank you. Have a great day.